Hello and welcome to the fourth day of our recitation of Aurobindo's Savitri. We are reading Book 1, the Book of Beginnings, Canto 1, the Simple Dawn. In the Mahabharata, we have the story of Bhagirath. Similarly, we have the stories of various rishis in India, like the prophets in the Bible and every tradition, who began the first quest to attain to a higher form of life, to a higher consciousness. Left to itself, evolution, whether it is biological or geological, which is much more time consuming, whose chronological scale is in the order of millions of years. But there is this certain process of concentrated evolutionary process, a kind of ascesis, which is what Indians call as tapasya. Perhaps to attain to the next step of evolution at each and every step, like the time before man appeared on the scene, and similarly the time before the advent of civilization. And then when we are talking about civilization, we must also include the spiritual evolution. So the time before humanity embarked upon a spiritual self-culture. Once she half looked behind for her veiled son, then thoughtful went to her immortal work, yet felt the imperishable passage close. The waking ear of nature heard her steps, and wideness turned to her its limitless eye, and scattered on sea depths her luminous smile, kindled to fire the silence of the worlds. All grew a consecration and a rite. Here was a vibrant link between earth and heaven, the wide-winged hymn of a great priestly wind arose and failed upon the altar hills. The high boughs strayed in a reveling sky. Here, where our half-lit ignorance skids the gulf, on the dumb bosom of the ambiguous earth, here, where one knows not even the step in front, and truth has a throne on the shadowy back of doubt. On this anguished and precarious field of toil, outspread beneath some large indifferent gaze, impartial witness of our joy and bare, our prostrate soil bore the awakening ray. Here too the vision and prophetic gleam lit into miracles, common meaningless shapes. Then the divine afflatus, spent, withdrew, unwanted, fading from the moral's range. A sacred yearning lingered in its trace, the worship of a presence and a power, too perfect to be held by death-bound hearts, the prescience of a marvelous but to come. Only a little the godlight can stay, spiritual beauty illumining human sight, lines with its passion and mystery, matter's mask, and squanders eternity on a beat of time. As when a soul draws near the sill of birth, adjoining mortal time to timelessness, a spark of deity lost in matter's script, its luster vanishes in the inconscient plains. The transitory glow of magic fire, so now dissolved in bright accustomed air. The message ceased, and vain the messenger. The single call, the uncompanioned power, drew back into some far-off secret world. The hue and marvel of the supernal being, she looked no more on our mortality. The excess of beauty natural to godkind could not uphold its claim on time-born eyes, too mystic real for space tenancy. Her body of glory was expunged from heaven. The rarity and wonder lived no more. There was the common light of earthly day, affranchised from the respite of fatigue. Once more the rumour of speed of life pursued the cycles of a blinded quest. All sprang to their unvarying daily acts. The thousand peoples of the soil and tree obeyed the unforeseeing instant's urge. And leader here, with his uncertain mind, alone who stares at the future's covered face, man lifted up the burden of his fate. I thank you for joining this session of meditative recitation of Savitri. We will be taking up further passages tomorrow.